Hello, 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 everybody. Oh my gosh, it's time for Season 10 Tier 1 action. Holy jolly Jesus. We're finally here, and I'm so excited to be joining you guys for the Brazilian Grand Prix to start off our Season 10, our first double-digit season here in Moose Racing League. And of course, we're here with the premier drivers, the 20 fastest that our league has to offer, and they're going to give us ultimate action here tonight. And of course, I'm joined by the definition of action in my commentary box, my good friend, Mr. Rage Quit. Andy, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome back.
I'm so good, Punjew. You know what? It's been a little while, but I'm stoked to be back looking at the absolute most elite drivers that MRL has to offer. It's been a while, but we had such a great season last season that I'm looking forward to this one even more than I did last year.
I mean, this season is, just after looking at the draft, it's looking to be absolutely insane. We've got some super crazy drivers, a really fun calendar as well ahead of us, and some stuff to note about the drivers we'll go over once we look at our lineup for this season. But before we do, how about let's go ahead and take a look at this track, because like we mentioned, we're at Brazil. It's 2.67 miles of 15 corners. Obviously, all the the passing zones are straight after DRS zones into turn 1, and of course, a lot of people try to make one into turn 4. There's a sneaky one right around turn 10, as well as turn 6. I want to say it's turn 7, maybe. It's the right-hander where it starts to slow down right after the super fast right-hander up the hill. Those are the two sneaky overtaking zones. Do you think we're going to see anybody trying to make ones in those sneaky spots, or do you think they're all going to be pretty calm today?
I think we'll see a lot of overtakes, obviously, on the start-finish straight and down into turn 4. But I love Sector 2. The difference in setups for some of these guys means that they'll get such good traction in Sector 2, where we see the right, left.
Yes.
And people with worse setups with lower downforce have to make those two DRS zones pay, because they can get swallowed up in Sector 2.
Yeah, easily. You're right. Those lower downforce zones, I know a lot of people that do prefer to go lower downforce. I know Cookie's usually one that likes to go a little bit lower on the downforce. And so watching those guys, I'm going to be watching them pretty carefully to see what they've got when it comes to that race going into play. You put up a really good point. So nice job pointing that one out. And I actually would have usually never even mentioned that, but you're smarter than I, so no surprise.
Well, steady.
Well, hey, we already have some guys out there on track. We're about 14 minutes left of qualifying. Let's go jump over and take a look at our first two drivers that have already set some laps. We got Rich Sebi and Sketchy Bull, our two drivers who keep saying that they're not even deserving of being in Tier 1. They've already set the first two laps, and Rich Sebi already put it into the 7s, so it's a pretty solid lap for him to start off the day. Don't blink. Sketchy Bull's teammate has obviously found himself at an 18-0. That's my time trial time, and I thought I was pretty good here. That's just their banker. That's crazy. There's Cookie. That's what I'm talking about. Cookie's cooking.
Yeah, and for us to be in the 7s already, I think this is going to be pretty tight. It's one of the shortest tracks in terms of time.
Speaking of 7s.
As Drix flies through the 7.5.
What the freak, dude?
That is quick. That is for a first run, for his banker run. That's pretty sharp.
Yes, that's scary. I've seen Cookie's best lap as a 7.4 in time trial. And Drix is there on a banker, basically. That's ridiculousness. This is going to be crazy. Sebi, he felt good for just a second, and then he sees 3 times fly in that are just blisteringly quick. He's like, yep, I'm done for. That's hilarious. Sebi will probably be, at that time, if he didn't improve at all, I bet you his 7.9 is 16th today. That's my guess.
Yeah. I would suggest we're going to see a lot of these guys kicking around the 7s for sure.
Yeah. Basically, all of them is my guess for sure. Sketchable says I'm starting P20. That's what you expected. You know what, Andy? Do you remember at the final race?
We've had a mass desync.
Oh no, have we really?
Yeah, we've just lost 6 drivers.
Oh, darn! I was about to have some fun and poke.
Yeah.
Is it? It's yep. Let's just double check. Let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. No one's saying something in the chat yet, but. Might be a lobby restart. Everybody in chat. Oh no. Tier 1. Let's restart. Okay. Dang. Shoot. Well, sorry guys. We gotta go restart this lobby. Man, we were just about to start having some fun. Oh my gosh. So unfortunate. But the beautiful thing is we're obviously here. you know, to hang out today, and we get to have some fun with everybody in chat. How's everybody in chat feeling? Andy, how are you feeling?
I'm all good, man. And you know what? We're not underneath any time pressure here. We've got
exactly.
We do have no assists running just after us, but a lot of these guys are going to be in no assists as well, I think.
Yep.
So we will get to finish this race in a reasonable amount of time, I would have thought. Something I'd forgotten to mention actually about this track, but which makes Sector 2 and indeed Sector 3 a little bit special for me. I love this track. One of my favorites is the elevation. The elevation can make such a difference to the way people hold the traction out of all these tight little turns in Sector 2.
Yeah. I agree. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think this Tier 1 driver is going to be giving us a ton of action. Sketchable is really mad because he's like, you were just about to explain to Andy what me and Yellow did to the end of his season. Do you remember that, Andy? What Sketchable and Yellow did at the very end of their season, last season?
No.
So they had a really fun moment where they both had a procession lap at the very end of the final race where they basically said, this is our last Tier 1 race. We're done for. It's over. It's been a great time. We've had a blast, but it's time for us to go. And then one of them did. But the other one is still stuck in the purgatory of Tier 1. Oh, man. It's too funny. It's funny, though, because Sketchybull keeps underrating himself, in my opinion. I think he deserves to be Tier 1. I've seen his qualifying positions. He's consistently 7th to 10th in qualifying. It's just his race that goes poorly. And he has the pace for it. He's just got to find a way to hook that pace up throughout a full 50% race distance is the real, test for him. I think it's there. So I see him doing a good race this season. I think he'll have one, at least 1 or 2 top 5s this season, minimum, maybe even better. So
yeah,
that's my guess. Maybe the first race. Never know.
You never know. You never know. And it's all about staying out of trouble as well.
Exactly. Speaking of this first race, is there anyone that you're looking at like, ooh, this guy is a scary one. I bet you he's going to kill everybody. He's going to be way too fast.
Well, and I say it every season, and it will all depend upon consistency, because he's hella quick. It'll be Drix.
Yes. Yep. I think he's always a scary one. I agree. He's the definition of can always be there. He's their second most winningest driver in Moose Racing history, right? So there's a reason why. He's just dang good, man. And of course, still on controller. Still cooking everybody on controller. So anybody that says controller can't be fast, you guys are just wrong. It can be potentially world record type fast. Is what Drix has proven. Because Drix is consistently up there, the very best of them. One thing to mention, we are going to be on dry weather now. As we did have a dry session fully confirmed during the weather for Tier 1 for the original lobby. So we're going to be going to dry weather for this full session, no matter what. So we will have a dry race as I'm setting up the lobby and all that kind of stuff. Something to note for everybody. We will for sure have a dry race. Let me go ahead and invite you into this one. Rage Kiwi, and then I'll let you help send the invites to everybody else. In the meantime, we're going to be going over the grid in just a second, but one thing to note about this season's grid in Tier 1, there are 0 actual rookies that have never raced here at Moose Racing before. 0. Which could both be a great thing and a terrible thing. It's one of those things where you don't know how that's going to go. It could mean that all these guys are so confident in each other, they start going a little bit extra crazy. But it could also mean that they're confident in each other and they kind of give each other a little bit of extra room. We shall see. I also want to see what Marcus Libs can do this season because he is coming off of a bit of an underwhelming season for himself and his expectations for sure. On paper, he's arguably the best driver we have in this league. He literally raced against Max Verstappen this year. Like, actually did it in real life. So, like, this dude is there. He's invited to this thing for a reason. He's not bad. He's exceptionally good. It's just I think he had some pretty bad luck within the league throughout the season. And I can't wait to see what he can do up here. What do you think for him? Do you think he's going to have a shot at a championship this season?
I think the championship's going to be pretty tight. If I look at a few of the guys I've mentioned already, obviously you got to mention Giants fans got to be in there. Drix. Yep. Xylo, Marcus. I think there's some serious contenders in there. It's going to be. I think it's going to be one for the ages.
Yeah, Definitely going to be the closest season we've had so far. Now, the racing throughout the day has been a little bit gnarly, I will say. Brazil has brought out the best and the worst in people so far today. By the way, I did send you another invite. If you oh, you already got it, yeah.
I'm in. I'm just trying to invite some of the other guys.
Yeah, you're good. So it's brought out the best and the worst in everybody today, I think, throughout the entire tier, or the entire season and the entire league. We've had some great battles, and then it seems to all devolve in the back 30% of the race, right around lap 20, is where each tier has seemed to devolve into full-on chaos. So that being said, I'm curious what that's gonna do. If we're gonna have the exact same thing, or if it's gonna be something different. We shall find out.
Right, we need Stig. Your Williams boy needs. Oh my god.
Hitch. Oh.
Yeah.
I just got disconnected again.
Yeah.
Did you get disconnected again?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Great. Yes, Double A is gonna host.
Double A's are gonna host, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Sorry, everybody in chat. Oh my gosh, everything is going to crap. Well, while we wait for Double A's to host to get everything set up, let's go ahead and have a little story time. Let's go look back at the standings from last season, because there's really nothing else we can do. Let me see what we've got from last season. Last season, obviously, we had Double A's, the one who's going to be hosting tonight, win the championship with his teammate of Giants fan coming in second. Esteban third. Arcadia found himself into fourth over the season with only one win as well, which is pretty impressive that he can find himself into fourth after just one win. It's impressive. I mean, he's one that I'm really watching this season, actually. I think he's going to be pretty freaky quick. I fully expect him to be, a potential front runner every single race. Cookie, of course, having 3 races that he missed, 3 DNFs, and then his other race that he finished was 2 wins, a second place, and then a 0 point with a fastest lap. So, Cookie's scary, extremely.
Yeah, he is. He is for sure. There's so many guys with such good pace. As we said last year when we had some of our closest ever finishers in the whole of MRL, not just Tier 1.
Yeah.
It's about who can string it together on the day, stay out of trouble, and just the racecraft was exceptional at times last year. And that racecraft, that's what makes these guys our elite drivers, because their racecraft is so good, the pace is good, and when they can string it all together consistently between all the guys, I'm expecting the top 10 in quali to be within 3 or 4 tenths of each other again.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, I think the top 10 in qualifying will be, there'll be a race at some point this season. I don't know when it's going to be, but I just re-invited you again to the new one with Double A's hosting. I don't know which one it's going to be, but there will be a race at some point this season where the top 10 are separated by 3 tenths or less. I guarantee you. We'll have at least one. Also, is that a Lotus hat?
It is a Lotus hat.
Is it really? What?
My beautiful Lotus hat.
I learned. Speaking of Lotus, oh, that's actually sick. That's pretty cool. Take a look at that, guys. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Piece of beautifulness.
It's actually really cool. Hey, speaking of Lotus, did you know I actually found my nearest Lotus dealer? It's about 4 hours from my house in Indianapolis.
In Indy?
Yeah.
Good old Indy.
There's a Lotus dealer in Indianapolis. Fun fact, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever need?
Hey, I'm going to be visiting Indianapolis soon.
There you go. When are you going to
go? Maybe I'll drive you your Lotus over.
That would be great. I've been looking for an Evora, so let's do it. Been needing one. When are you planning on going to Indy?
It probably won't be this year now.
Mm-hmm.
I got invited to a wedding in Cincy.
Oh.
And just I wanted to tie the two in together, but I'm not going to go to Cincy now. The pennies are a bit short.
Yeah.
After the Christmas period, so
fair.
I'm going to take stock of my living situation and make sure my missus is a Bengals fan. I'm a Colts fan.
Oh.
So I'd like to do it when the Bengals are at home one Sunday and then the Colts are at home the following Sunday. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more patient around booking the trip so that I get to come and see both teams.
That would be awesome. Also, can you go ahead and click spectate, by the way? Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty sweet trip. I will be going to Indianapolis next time for sure. For the Indy 500, I'll be going this year.
God, it's so good.
I'm stoked, so man. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, been wanting to do that for a long time. So this will be
yeah. I'd never been to a racing event before with 500,000 people in one place.
It's crazy talk, right?
It was wild.
Yeah. So you went to Indy 500?
Yeah, I went to the Indy 500 probably nearly 20 years ago now. And then I was at the inaugural US Grand Prix at Indianapolis.
No way! You went to that one? Wasn't that the one that that Lewis Hamilton came out of the tunnel like, let's go, right?
No, Hamilton wasn't even racing then. It was Schumacher. Schumacher won it. We're back in 2001, I think. It was a long time ago.
Wow. Who
Yeah,
was
Jacques Villeneuve. Jacques Villeneuve was racing.
Oh. Okay, that was a long time ago, yeah. All right. Guess what, guys? We got a lobby. We're set. Let's go. Pat says Andy is back. Andy is back. Also, we got Sebby says, go Buffalo Bills Mafia. Someone's saying, is it cold, Andy? Because you do look bundled up. Is it cold over there?
Do you know what? It's not Kansas City cold.
I know.
And it's not Buffalo cold.
-5, dude.
Yeah, I was out of the house all day today. I got back just before Tier 3 finished, and my house is struggling to warm up. I may well strip off slowly but surely throughout the course of the race.
Now that's what we call a hot race. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I've actually got our first like big snowfall this last weekend, which is why I couldn't even get home the last 2 days because I was just stuck in airports and hotels for 2 days, not able to get home. It's been great. That's why I was in Indianapolis finding the Lotus dealer, was because I had to fly to Indianapolis and get a rental car to drive 4 hours home.
And you're in Michigan, right?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan, but I was in Tulsa for a couple days for work. But when I went to Indianapolis, fun fact, everybody, I just got to drive the new 24 Mustang, the new 2024, as my rental car, which is great. And it's, I will say, super fun on ice. It's just a blast on icy roads.
Oh my God.
400 horsepower on icy roads.
I lived in Indianapolis, again, 20 odd years ago. And I was driving a 1976 Volkswagen Beetle on those roads.
That's scary.
That was sideways all day.
Yeah, freaky, but kind of fun though. Wait, those are rear-wheel drive too, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the engine's in the back too. So yeah.
Yeah. Those are rear-wheel drive, and they are fun.
See, I will say, I feel like I would kind of enjoy a shorter car with the rear-wheel drive in this case, because it would have been a little bit less tank slappy with the rear end just so wild. But for me, like, it just was so hard to get the, like, you know, I was going on the on-ramps and off-ramps is where all the ice really is, as you know.
Yeah.
And it was the roads in Indianapolis in Indiana that were worse. Once I got to Michigan, all the roads were properly plowed. But in Indiana, it's all extra icy.
We are having a couple of lobby issues again.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah. We've lost 3 people. Giants fan has been disqualified, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I have got no idea what's going on with this lobby tonight.
Let's see. Yeah, I am curious as well. If we've had 3 people, have they been disqualified or just left?
I don't know what's happened. There's 3. So we've got guys who are retiring from the session right now.
Yeah.
Sketchy, Giants fan. Sketchy's left the session now.
Get DQ'd or just DC'd. Gamer says he just got disconnected. That's different than a DQ, though.
Yeah.
So as of right now, we'd still probably keep. However, did retire Gamer, so I bet you he's gonna get fully DQ'd.
Yeah. Gamer got retired.
And everyone's own separate lobby, it shows everybody DC'd. It's weird because every single lobby up until this point have been fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Tilla's saying he's got. Oh my gosh.
Early in the week.
Tilla's running 14 different streams up right now. He's watching a bunch of different people, and he says that a lot of people are getting DQs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow. What the heck? Man, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this one up to Mod for those of you guys that want to take a look at this. Let's see exactly what's going on, so you guys can see. We've got, as you see on the left, 3 people already DNF'd. Oh my gosh, dude, what's going on, bro? Sebby though, he's cooking. So, I guess we gotta keep it. Stop the count. Sebby's up pole.
Now Zylo's on pole.
Oh, dang. My first lobby was fine.
Maud says, make another lobby. If it's for a lot of folks, and if it happens again, cancel it.
Yeah, Hitch puts up a good point. Everybody should also restart their games. Thank you everybody for hanging out here in chat, by the way. Enjoying this double restart. It's been great, man. It's been amazing. Yay!
Yay to the new season.
Yeah, seriously. Wow. GG's. I'm gonna
restart. I'm gonna restart my game as well.
Yes. That's probably smart. Nicky G says MRL. Facts, dude.
Yes, Nikki, let's go.
I'm gonna take this moment to hang out, sit down, and restart everything. I'm
gonna go visit the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, probably smart. Yeah, probably smart for sure. Okay, yep. Sorry, guys, everybody in chat. Thanks so much for hanging out today. You guys get to hang out with me while I restart the lobby. Let's go! Hope you guys are all doing great. I'm not only going to restart the lobby. In fact, I'm going to restart the entire game. So you're going to see my screensaver up in the center right there, and we get to see Andy's chair. How about that for a view? You guys all doing good? Hope you guys are doing great. Take a look at this gorgeous screensaver, everybody. If you guys haven't seen... Hold on a second. Wait. Let me just go ahead and give you guys the absolute beauty of a screensaver. Ooh-wee! Whose car is that? That's pretty. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful car that is. Oh, my gosh. There it is. There's the whistle. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous vehicle. All right, let's jump in. Andy's chair, best commentator. Facts. Face facts. Hi, Happy Like Plays. Alone time with punnies. Yes, sir. You got some alone time. All right, guys. We're almost back. Gwenfro, excuse you. Hey, that's just hurtful. All right. We don't slander my beautiful vehicle that I got to race at PRI. Excuse me. Rude. Those that are looking for a re-invite, it will be coming very soon. Hey, look, Andy's back. Hi, Andy. Oh, you can't hear yet.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, he's back. Hello, welcome back. Everybody loved the look of your chair, by the way.
Yeah, I believe so. Best chair, best commentator.
Best shot, absolutely.
Testarossa there.
Yeah, he was right. I mean, it's number one. Really gives us the very important insights that chair does into the race and all the functions for sure. Indeed. Thank you everybody for your patience, by the way, guys. We're gonna be getting off into a second, y'all. I promise you. We'll be off in just a second. Let's see. Okay, lobby is open. Let's go ahead and start inviting some people.
Yeah, if you chuck me an invite, mate, then I can start dishing out some invites as well.
Gotcha. Okay, let's invite you. Tilla says, did you enjoy the different scenery in Tier 4 today? Oh, Tilla, did I enjoy Tier 4? Oh, did I enjoy it? That was one race. That's the way I'm going to put that one. That was one race. It was a race. It was, yeah. It was one of the races, that's for sure. Of all time, that's for sure. It was wild. Andy, you missed it. Tier 4 was insanity.
Yeah, talk me through it. What happened?
So I don't think I've ever seen more aggression in my entire life. It's the number one takeaway. All the Tier 4 guys were just like, we win it every lap. There's never a lap where we will not win this race. And if we don't pass them right now, it will be our loss, no matter what. So, that was the way the racing went. It was great, though. It was hilarious. But it was insanity. It was absolutely insanity. Oh, Tilla had a broken wing and a drive through, and he still got P4. That's crazy. Also, Pogs, the $5 super chat. Thanks so much. He said, did you have a rough weekend, Andy? Asks Pogs.
Did I have a rough weekend? Not a terribly rough weekend, Pogs. No, not terribly rough.
Not terribly rough.
We're okay. We've got a little bit of a croaky voice, which is probably not ideal for sitting here for a couple of hours talking about Formula One.
Yes. But you know what? We got it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. The croaky is just it's gonna add to the immersion and the experience for everybody. Because everybody likes a slightly croaky commentator. They say it adds a nice sound to it.
Absolutely.
We got 14 in.
I'm just chucking invites out left, right, and center. Anybody who's on my list that looks like they might be in Tier 1.
Dope. Yeah, let's hope that this works. Let's hope that we got this. I think we can do it.
15 in. Where is Marcus? He's in. Xylo is in.
We need Hitch.
Yeah, we need Hitch. I don't have Hitch to add. Stig's in, so we're looking for 19 now.
Cookie?
Cookie is not in. I don't have Cookie added either.
Let's see.
Matter of fact, we don't have any Red Bulls in.
Okay. Oh, we got I'll get Ryan Newton.
Minico in.
Sweet. Yes, Pog says looks like you're powering through. Yeah, he is. He's always powering through. Andy is the bestest. Absolutely.
Always powering. Always powering through. I'm gonna leave my chair on. Chat again.
Okay, so we are missing 5 left. Who are we missing? Let's take a look at the teams of drivers. We're missing a Red Bull. We're missing a Ferrari. No longer a Ferrari. You got him. We're missing a Williams.
Oh, I'll tell you what, my chair's the best commentator, by the way.
Oh, tell me. Are you actually about to put a shirt on it? Oh, it already oh, look at that! He's got his Moose shirt on the chair.
The Moose shirt, the Moose vest. In fact, let's step away from the fact it's incredibly cold. Let's just put the Moose tank top on over the hoodie.
Heck yes. Let's go. He's ready to go. Guys, he's in the freaking hype mode right now. Only person we're missing right now, I think, is... We're just missing one person?
Now we're ready to go.
Yes. We're missing an AlphaTauri of Cookie, and that's it. You are really ready. Let's go. I don't see Cookie on.
That's 19. Yeah, we're in. We're in.
Yep.
That's 19. We got Hitch, we got Cookie, we got Ryan, Minico. Yeah, we started with 18 first time round. Stig was coming along, so that made 19.
Okay, we're missing a supply raptor. That's who it is.
He's in.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Just in. Let's do this thing again.
I'm using a fun thing with a bunch of different symbols on the O to say go. Perfect. Look at that. We're ready to go, guys. I think we're going to do it. Also, Team Master says he loves and hates Tier 2 sometimes. D, what happened in Tier 2 today? I'm curious. Sounds like some fun times in Tier 2 is what I'm hearing from that comment.
It looked like a lot of fun times.
Looked intense. Looked pretty crazy. Well, looks like we are currently starting, guys.
Everybody hold on to your hats.
Yep, cross them fingers and toes.
Grab onto the server and don't let go.
And your heads, shoulders, and knees. Cross them all, guys. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Cross them. Let's hope. Let's hope. Come on. Looks like I'm having a session. We'll start slowly. Everybody's probably loading in.
Yeah.
This just happened.
Everybody remembering to put their setup on for the 14th time this evening.
Okay. I don't see anybody disconnecting.
Don't say it out loud just yet.
Are we? Let's hope.
Seen somebody change a tire.
I think
somebody is exiting the pit lane.
Oh!
The garage. There's an Alpine making its way to track.
Which one is it? Is it Gamer or Sebi? That's probably Sebi. He's like so speed out of the pits. It's Sebi. Sebi's out! And we are off into the races, everybody. Welcome to Moose Racing League's Tier 1 non-scuff stream. My name's Punjew. I'm joined by Andy. We're going to go get this thing. After 2 lobby restarts, we don't miss here at Moose Racing League. We find a way. We find a way. Let's go. Always. Let's do this thing.
Without controversy, we always finish.
Zero controversy on starting this thing. It's been absolutely perfect the whole time. It's been great. Nothing at all happened whatsoever. It's been absolutely perfect. So let's do this thing. Rich Sebi, of course, trying to go put himself with his first lap of the session. It's his only chance to be top of the timetable, so he'll take it. Sorry, Sebi. You can say you had it. You take a picture at, at just the right time of the broadcast. It'll say Sebi at the top. That's the goal. That's the invalidates. Watch the invalidates, and Xylo actually ends up setting a lap before he does. That'd be even funnier. In fact, I hope he does, just because that would be the greatest clip for TikTok immediately. We'd post that without a single bit of hesitation. That'd be too funny.
Absolutely. 100%.
It'd be so funny. Well, here he goes. Down to turn 1. Looking good. So far, no invalidation. Looks actually really good through turn 2 and 3. Hugs it tight through 3. Sebi is going out there putting down a lap. Now, let's take a look at our Tier 1 contestants this season. Oh, wrong one. That one, yeah. Giants fan and double A's in the McLaren. The Alpha Tower team of Access and Supply Raptor. I'm curious, once we go through all these, I'm going to ask you which one you think is the scariest so you can let everybody in chat know. Don't Blink and Sketchable, obviously, in the Alpha Romeos. We got the Aston Martin of Drix and Xylo. That's OP. Williams of Bobs and Hitch, the Ferraris of Marcus Libs and would have been MV1, but now it's an open seat. Will be occupied in the next couple weeks, guarantee. Minico and Cookie sits in the Red Bull, Arcadia and Master Turtle in the Mercedes, the Haas of Estenbot and Snakey, and then the Alpine of Mr. Rich Sebi and Gamer. If you guys notice, Minico actually has his own custom face there on the graphic. If you guys are a Moo Crew member, part of the pit crew here on YouTube, then you will also be able to get your custom face on these graphics, fun fact, whichever tier you race at. And there goes Rich Sebi, putting down the fastest lap of the session so far. He get what he wanted. He's on top of the timetables, guys. Rich Sebi, for now. How long till Zylo takes it?
Well, he is 4/10 up through 2 sectors on that finishing time that Rich Sebi was through 2 sectors. So
Rip.
I'm
17.5.
expecting a 17.5. Yeah,
17.6.
76. There you go.
There it is. Yep.
There's 4/10.
Yep. Well, Sebi had it. He had it, guys. That's it. That's a matter. Stig, though, an 18-8 Stig, back to Tier 1, where he loves hanging out. I know, guys, if you guys remember, Stig actually loved it here in Tier 1. He said he had a really great time. So excited to have him back here today to reserve in. He's gonna do great, guys. He's gonna do great. Outside of that, you know, let's take a look at that lineup. Andy, which one are you the most scared of as a collective lineup?
Well, you have to look at the. There's 3 teams that I'm looking at, but
yeah.
If I look at the McLaren team, P1 and 2 in the championship last year. If I look at the Red Bull team, Minico and Cookie's on fire at the minute.
Yeah,
and
actually,
we can't ignore the Aston Martins, Zylo and Drix. I think that is that's got an all-time best performance written all over it, but it'll be around consistency as it always is. That's
correct. That's a very good point. Yeah, I think honestly that Red Bull team is my scary one out of this whole tier. I think out of the one that I think is going to be, let's see if we can call who's going to be 4th in the championship. I'm going to say 4th place in the championship for these collective tiers, these collective teams, is going to be Mercedes, Arcadia, and Master Turtle. I'm going to say they're 4th.
In 4th, yeah.
Collectively. That's going to be my early prediction. Who do you think is going to be the early prediction 4th team?
I like Haas.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Sneaky.
I think they're going to be 3rd.
Yeah?
Yeah. I see them 3rd. I think they're good. Also, I just want to confirm, just want to mention something. We already have a 7.2 on the board. From Cookie.
Yeah, Cookie with a 7.2 is disgusting.
That's should be illegal, honestly. I think we're almost at that point right now. That's absolutely insane. Esteban will set his best lap right here. Let's see what Esteban's going to do. Not a 7.2, that's for sure. It's 8.7, actually. That's nowhere near. But Snaky.
By the way, Ryan's got an 8.2 put down on the medium tire.
He did that on the mediums? Come on, Ryan. Why you got to do that to us? That's insane. What? Wow. Also, Stig is putting out something very important to note. A 7.2 is a top 200 in the world time trial time.
Yes.
Just want to let everybody know. That is, that's how good that is. That's absolutely insane. That's crazy talk. Let's see if he can improve that, too. Right now, it obviously looks like the unbeatable time. Drix in 2nd and Zylo in 3rd. Your prediction about those two being a scary combo is currently proving to be true, as they are sitting provisionally really strong. The back of the 1st row and the front of the 2nd row.
Yeah.
Tight gaps so far. I see a really tight one between Sketchy Bull and Don't Blink, the teammates. An 8-1 and 7, 8-1-8. Any other ones you're looking at?
There are some really tight gaps. Really tight gaps. I mean, if you look at the 400s between Zylo and Marcus.
Yes.
700s between Snaky and Bops. 500s between Rich and Gamer. Minico is about to set a time. I think if he's got a good Sector 3 in him, it could be a Red Bull front row lockout provisionally.
It could, but I don't think it's going to be that good. Oh, I'm so speaking too soon. Almost, man.
He dropped a couple of tenths in Sector 3 coming up the hill.
Oh, man. He might have a little bit of a higher downforce setup.
Yeah, he was on par with Drix through 2 sectors. He was a 50.8 through 2 sectors, same as Drix, and he's just lost a couple of tenths, a shade over a tenth, in fact. And that, I guess, a shade over a tenth there that he lost, I reckon, has cost him 3 or 4 places.
Also, it sounds like our Twitter has been going off today. We fun fact, everybody, we have some amazing community members who've been running our Moose Racing League Twitter, and they've been having a good day today. If you guys haven't followed our Twitter, make sure you definitely go give it a follow, give it some love. Wow, this is hilarious. This is so funny. I'm just looking at these tweets. These are actually so hilarious. Kayla has given us a great one about Stig. That's so funny. Somebody gives a good one. What if we kissed at Interlagos? That's a really funny one. It's a picture of Happy Like Pies and Stig having a nice little moment together. Look at that. Adorable. Definitely, guys, go give the Twitter a lot of love. Give him tons of love. Our Twitter crew here at Moose Racing League is just amazing. They're unmatched. Speaking of somebody who's unmatched right now, it's Cookie still sitting in the pits, just enjoying a margarita, sipping on his absolute dominance. Rich Sebi was once at the front of the timetable for just about 15 seconds, and now he's down to 9th. On that same lap time. Sean Tilla puts out a really good point. Everybody liked the stream. Give it some love. We love to have you guys around more often. It definitely helps us out and lets us get discovered by many other people here at on YouTube. So smash that like button. Giants fan and Double A's, the McLaren team, yet to set any laps. Giants fans just starting his first one. Let's go ahead and walk him through Rage Quit. You want to give it some love and walk through Giants fans lap?
Yes, for sure. Sorry, I'd just been involving myself in a little bit of Twitter action.
Oh, fun.
If I can find Giants fan anywhere, that would be helpful. If I could find him on my screen.
He's in 18th right now. Yet to the lap. He's currently coming through Sector 1. Finished at Sector 1 now in the middle of Sector 2. Comes up the hill.
Into Sector 2. This is the sector that really can be the difference maker on this lap. Slow corners means we can get more time. He seems to take those pretty well. Getting down 3/4 full on the throttle up to this tight right-hander. Round he goes, back down the hill. This is where the back end can slip out as we come around this fast, full throttle, penultimate turn. Here it is. Riding the curb ever so slightly, 3rd, 4th, 5th, up the hill, down towards our DRS zone marker.
I don't think it's good
Wing
enough
wide
for pole.
open. Doesn't look good enough for pole. Might be top 5. No, it's top 8. The championship. Wow. No, they're not the championship winner. Certainly the constructors champion, but
correct.
Championship winner from previous seasons. Down in 8th, 6/10 off that provisional pole.
You know, even without winning the championship last season, he's still our Moose Racing League's most winningest driver. He is giving a tow to his teammate of Double A's right now down this straight, so he's going to pull out to the side, I guarantee you. He's just helping him out. Yeah, there he goes. So that's incredible teamwork right there from Giants fan Double A's. That's why they won the Constructors Championship last season, guys, because these two are an incredible team. I will give them that. You know, I'll poke fun at Giants fan all day long. It's a great team principal and a really good teammate. They're dangerous together, so watch these two. Now we're going to go to the other McLaren, Double A's, to see how he's getting on through the middle of Sector 2. I remember his teammate had a 51-0 coming out of Sector 2, so let's see where Double A's will be at. Coming out of Sector 2. He's coming down to that final corner of Sector 2 onto that little straightaway and that fast left-hander. He's a 10th up on Giants fan coming out of there. So at that rate, it would put him in contention for 4th. 5th or 4th at this current rate.
Yeah, for sure.
So it could be. You never know. Let's see what he's got right here. But he could also have just an absolutely blistering Sector 3. It's 5th right there. It's a good one. Marcus lives, though, at a 6.50. That's a good one. But still, nobody anywhere near Cookie's pace right here.
No, for sure. And I see Drix is back out. Drix is a 10th to the good. Almost 2 tenths to the good.
Yeah. Drix is in a good spot. Zylo just crossed by Cookies. That was about to start a lap. You want to watch Cookie's lap? I bet you it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
I got to see this, man. After a 7-2, I need to see what he's doing right now. He has absolutely put something strong in his Wheaties this morning because he is trying to come out here and prove a point that he feels he deserves to win a championship here at Moose Racing League in Tier 1. He flies down the start-finish straight into Turn 1. Great brakings on there, using all the track, almost touching grass, but it's just enough to avoid it so he can keep the maximum amount of grip. Comes really strong through Turns 2, but he invalidates in Turn 3. Cookies giving it everything. I mean, he kind of has to right now if you think about it, because his first time was just so good.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's his banker lap, it's a scary thought. I mean, Ryan Newton, the Ferraris all of a sudden are quite prevalent, with Ryan throwing that 107.3 down.
And Drix and Marcus both improved as well. They're at 7.4s now. And Esteban just improved as well to 7.4. A lot of people are going to start improving right here, guys. So watch for a few. Yeah, Ryan Newton, that's a quick time at 7.346. That's crazy. And he's a reserve. He's our only reserve of the night.
Yeah.
Well, dedicated reserve. We have Stig obviously reserving up. But it's the only dedicated reserve where he's just in here only as a reserve. There's only, I think, 3 reserves in Tier 1. Did you know that? 3 reserves. It's tight. But then again, if you think about it, last season, how many times do we even have a reserve in Tier 1?
I don't recall too many occasions.
No, it's pretty rare.
We had a really good attendance stat last year, I would have thought.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I was thoroughly impressed with that part. That was probably one of my favorite parts about last season is every single week you knew who was going to be there. It's always going to be the same guys. Like, we didn't really have to worry about people jumping in and reserving and kind of, shocking out the grid and stuff like that. Here goes Supply Raptor coming down through turn 1, 2, and 3. Really good turn 2, actually. It's actually textbook good. And a solid inside line through turn 3 goes wide on the exit so he can get a lot of exit speed and set himself up for turn 4. He's up half a tenth right now. We'll be putting him up 2 positions up into 7th at this current moment if he just kept this exact pace and matched up his existing sector 2 and 3. His teammate, though, is off track ahead of him. Stig went off, so on his outlap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you see how much track they use? This is one of the things that I've been trying to pay attention to the most. And I guarantee it's one of the biggest things that they do to gain the advantage on everybody else is they just know how to use all of the track that's available to them.
Yeah, for sure. There's reasons that rumble strips exist on certain parts of the track that I never touch. It's because I should be touching them.
Yeah. And Stig slowed down to give him a toe.
There's a toe down the straight. Here we go.
He should have slowed a little bit more, though. Stig is both going to be starting his own lap and giving a toe to his teammate. But it's a 107.5 for Supply Raptor. Puts him into 6th. Definitely some great improvement. I think he may have gotten a little bit of straight line speed on that back straight, but not a ton. Stig, currently sitting in 19th here in Tier 2. He knows this feeling very well. Unfortunately, is where he finds himself usually in Tier 1. But I mean, I will give him one thing. He's really not that far off of 18th. He's only a 10th out, so he can improve, Yeah. He could,
yeah, for sure.
He could give a spot. Oh, I can't wait for him to watch back this part of the broadcast and just be mad.
I think Stig needs a Tier 1.5.
That is true. He is kind of like right in between the two. I will agree. Yeah, that 108.8, in my opinion, is not representative of him.
Yeah, he's half a tenth up.
Yeah, I mean, his Tier 2 run was much better than this, so. Yeah, he's better than that. And that's actually slower. He's got a really bad sector 3.
Yeah.
Rough. Well, okay. Want to know something fun? All drivers except for Stig are separated by 9/10. Yep. Supply Raptor's out, though. He's decided to retire in the pits. He's done. So that's the best he's going to give is a 107.545.
We have yellow flags. We have yellow flags everywhere.
I know, I see that, too. A lot of traffic. I mean, look at that outlaps coming out right now. Mark 7 Hitch, I think, is the only one who's actually on a lap. No, Hitch is going to go in.
Yeah.
Hitch is done.
Hitch is... he's just starting. I think he's going to start a fresh lap. He's stored up a little bit of ERS. But he's not turned it back on again.
Nah, he's storing more. He's going to go give it one more lap. He's got time to get around this track, so... Yeah, he'll be fine, but he probably had a little bit of a moment happen to him during hitting traffic or something like that on this last lap. So he's got to hustle though. I'm gonna go back to Cookie's POV though, because Cookie is setting a lap. He's already crossed the sector 1 marker. I didn't quite see if he was up or down right there, but he's giving it everything he's got. I guarantee you. So Cookie is the one with even more to prove. Already sitting on provisional pole at a 107.283. An absolutely insane qualifying so far for Cookie, but can he make it even better? And one of the best laps we've ever seen here at Moose Racing League comes around into the final sector right here. He's coming down the hill. He's got a lot of traffic in front of him, but he's up on his time by 8 1/1000ths of a second. That's improvement. Improvement's improvement. And he's going to get a toe. Oh, my gosh, from a Haas. This Haas is just totally helped out. Cookie, he's so happy right now. And he's going to come across an even faster one, 107.148. That's a whole tenth. That's near world record pace right there. I think a 107.0 is world record. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Cookie is not going to get beaten for that one. No one can match that. I think Ryan Newton sees that time coming. He's like, yep, P2 for me. Like, it's just not there anymore. That's an insane
Ryan's slower.
lap. Yeah,
Ryan's
and it's also
slower through one sector.
He might be able to improve it through Sector 2, though. You never know. I mean, if there's 2 tenths in that lap from Cookie, then there's some time here. But oh my gosh, see what I'd say?
Ooh.
Look at that. He's
Tenth and a half.
He technically could do it. He technically could do it.
He needs 500s.
He technically could do it, guys. Oh my gosh. Are we going to see an unbeatable time get beaten? We don't at a 107.223. But it was close. It was real close. Xylo, though, will be coming across the line pretty soon. Drix will be coming across the line sooner. Let's see him. He's currently sitting at a 107.473 with his teammate at 107.427. Will Drix beat his own time and potentially even his teammates? What's he got right here?
No.
Drix does not. He does not improve. Xylo, is he improving? No, he's not. Xylo's done.
No,
That's the best he'll have. What about Turtle? Turtle's done. Giants fan?
No, he's done.
He's done? Double A's is not done. But Double A's only made about a 10th out of that. So this is not going to be pole. So 107.6. 3-1. Improved. He beat out Gamer, but he's barely in the top 10. The champion from last season barely make it into the top 10. And that's qualifying done right there with Cookie at a 107.1. Whoa.
That is insane.
But keep in mind, still, the top 18 separated by just 0.8 of a second, even with that blistering pole time. Don't Blink is still in the 107s. Every driver in Tier 1 -2, and both of them are actually Tier 2 drivers, were in the 107s. Every Tier 1 driver in the 107s.
We've got two positions decided by 1,000th.
Oh, you see those?
Estambar P5, 1,000th over Marcus Libs. And then there's another one that I can't see now.
I saw the one down to the bottom, too. It's like 14th or 15th, something like that.
No, I think further up.
That's crazy. No, it's 13th and 14th. Bobs and Hitch, the teammates. Bobs and Hitch in the Williams, 13th and 14th.
Wow.
1/1000th of a second separates those two. Look
and
at that.
8th and 9th as well. Master Turtle and Double A's.
Oh my gosh. So 3 pairs of drivers separated by just 1,000th of a second from each other. But the pole position, the first one of the season goes to Cookie. Ryan Newton on second, Xylo in third, Drix in fourth, Esteban fifth, separated by 1,000th to Marcus Lips in sixth, then 7th to Supply Rapper, 8th to Master Turtle with 1,000th behind him of Double A's in 9th, and then of course Gamer in 10th. Then we got Giants fan, Minico, Bops, Hitch, Sebi, Snaky, Sketchy, Don't Blink, and then Tier 2 drivers Chazzy and Stig rounding out our top 10 quite a ways off the pace. That's crazy that Tier 1 is this much better than Tier 2, though. Look at that insane difference. A 107.1 is unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
That's a wild time.
Yeah. Pies happy puts a point. He says 107.1 is a top 80 time trial in the world.
Top 80.
Top 80 in a quality session. 87th in the world right there. However, I do also want to point out, guys, you say that, but he did have a huge toe down into the final stretch. Like, it was a huge toe. It was the biggest toe I've ever seen. It was like Bigfoot's toe. Like, that's how big of a toe it was. It was massive. So, I mean, like the thumb toe, you know, like the really, really fat one, that's like how big of a toe it was.
The biggest of fat toes.
It was huge. It was huge. So, I mean, that's like almost a 10th gone right there. Just from that. It was massive. Yeah, Esteban's like, sorry, guys. That was all him. Absolutely. Esteban entirely gave him that ridiculous time. And now Cookie could just get over here and just stroke his own ego, feeling so good about that. All because Esteban gave him a nice little toe. So that's hilarious. Thank you, Esteban, for giving us a near world record time in a qualifying session. I appreciate you.
That might actually be the quickest quali time at this track on this game.
It could be up there, yeah. I mean, because like who else gets toes like that at that point? Yeah, no way. So that's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy. Well, we're gonna get racing pretty soon. It's gonna be a blistering race for sure. Get ready for some insanity. Gwenfro asks an important question: is any getting pushed back? It probably will. Just there's a chance for it. Just be ready. Yeah, this is going to be insane. I know, Henry. It's insane, right? 87th in the world. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So I'm excited to see this race. If that's any omen, you know, this is just going to be insane. Let's get cooking, everybody. Get ready for the opening lap here at Moose Racing League's Tier 1 Season 10 opening round. Let's get after it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And they're off for the game, but they're not off for everybody. And they're out for everybody, and we are out. Going racing. Ryan Newton with a good launch, but Cookie an even better one. Xylo, not a good one. Drix, decent. But Marcus Libs tries to take one on the outside. Marcus Libs goes on the inside. Marcus Libs already up into fourth. Huge send for Marcus Libs. Takes the one on the outside of the Aston Martin to Drix. Of the Haas of Esteban. Marcus in fourth. Great launch for Marcus. Whoa. And then a bunch of kerfuffle behind them. That's pretty nuts. Gamer, kind of in the middle of everything. Sandwiched by McLaren and a hungry Red Bull of Minico. Hitch right behind him. Oh, Minico going to look for the outside line. Look at Minico. Great POV right here. They go too wide. This has never gone badly here in Tier 1, too wide up this corner. Just kidding. It went terrible last season. But he's going to take that outside line. Minico might be able to get around there. Oh, it's a huge Haas dive on the inside, too. It's from Snaky. Snaky can't make it happen, though. So far, no broken wings, no debris that I've been able to see. But just crazy hard racing opening up this lap. This is insane. Are you seeing
what
anything?
a great start. Just a great start from Marcus, getting himself up 2 positions into P4.
Huge.
Minico, great start from him. And Snaky, somebody I mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, Snaky up 3 positions, up into P13 off the rip. What a great first lap.
Marcus actually up 3 positions now. He's going to pass Xylo down the start-finish straight. Fun fact, everybody, every single driver still in DRS train of each other. This is the tightest that we've had so far. Biggest gap we have is a 7/10 gap between Sketchy Bull and Sebi. Wow. This is insanity. Crazy start to this race. Marcus Libs, though, absolutely cooking out there. The Ferraris of Ryan Newton and Marcus Libs. It's incredible. And Drix and Xylo also flying, too. That Aston Martin crew, you were right, man. They are a scary bunch.
Yeah, they're a scary duo. I mean, we've also got Gamer and Snaky. Snaky up 4 positions now as he makes a move on Gamer up the inside.
That's nuts. Yeah, Gamer coming off of Tier 2 from last season. He's always been kind of a Tier 1, Tier 2 bubble driver. He's been right on between the two, and right now he's sitting just outside the points in 13th. Here in Tier 1. I think it's a pretty decent spot for him. Giants fan, though, our most winningest driver here in Moose Racing League, stuck in 14th, and last season's championship of Double A's is in 10th. McLaren having a bit of a rough start to this race. In fact, Double A is really losing touch with Minico ahead of him. They're 6/10 away from him, so he's got to make a move on. Minico has a chance at making a pass the Master Turtle down this straight. I'm sure he might be thinking about it. Looks to the inside line, outside, inside. There he goes. Yeah, it's going to be done, and it's going to be a side-by-side move. Going to the next corner, Master Turtle just going to go ahead and stay back and take it and tuck in right behind the Rebel. Smart move from him, just to kind of lose as little bit of time as possible and keep on pace with Supply Raptor and those ahead.
Yeah, just looking at up in front now, the top 3 just beginning to try and gap Drix. Little bit of snap from Drix trying to get out of turn 4. And there's like you say, there's no 1 second gap. Well, there's 1 second gap now. Minico's just been gapped by Supply Raptor, but up out in front, it's still tight. 2 Ferraris, nose to tail.
Yeah, this top 5 is like a real life top 5 if Lance Stroll was fast, right? It kind of is. It's like a realistic top 5. This is pretty impressive, but we do currently have a 20-car train, everybody. This is F1 Esports. Welcome to F1 Esports. My name's Punjew. I'm so excited to be commentating for you guys in effectively an F1 Esports style grid, because this is crazy. All of them in it, except for Drix now, actually. He's falling out of it, so a little bit weird. Ryan Newton and Marcus Libs swapping positions going into turn 1. A clean swap as well. Looks like Ryan Newton just went ahead and let him through, so probably recognizing, all right, there's a little bit, more pace in that guy. 9-10 separates Marcus Libs and Cookie, though, and 9-10 separates Drix and Ryan Newton. Libs has burned all his energy. He's down. He's blinking. Take a look. He's actually down to 5%. And Cookie's still at 45, just cruising, having a good time. He's full vibing right now. Drix is also down to 3%. Drix struggling to keep up with the top 3.
Yeah, he is.
Needs to find, some good advantage. Look at the way that he handles Sector 2. That was 4/10 in 1 corner.
Maybe this is what we were talking about earlier on in terms of different setups on those straights. He's having to burn the ERS on those straights to stay in contention, so that Sector 2, he can make those 2, 3, 4/10 reductions in the delta.
Yeah, that's a really good point. He does seem to have some pretty crazy pace there. Now, the softs are on Marcus Libs and Drix only. Everybody else rocking hards or mediums. Cookie on the mediums. Looks like he's still able to outpace a hard run, or a soft runner. That's really impressive. Drix and Xylo swapping positions going down into turn 1. Xylo saying, hey, I got some pace. Let me go ahead and take this spot. I bet you they actually might be in contention. But Ryan Newton is on hards, guys.
Yeah.
And he's in 3rd. doing just fine. Like, Silo, what the heck? That's scary. That's real scary. Yellow Snowman's feeling pretty good right now with that reserve pick. He's feeling real good right now about that reserve pick because that's crazy talk quick. I don't know, man.
It's been a great first 4.5 laps, and I think you look at that top 5, top 6. Supply Raptor just beginning to drop off the back of Estambar. He's built a 2-second gap almost as well to Minico. Minico is going to be under pressure at the end of lap 5.
Yeah, I'm wondering what is going on with Minico. Usually he's able to keep up with the top 5, top 6. So maybe just having a bit of a rough moment in that race at some point, and all it takes is one little mistake, and you're losing 6, 7 tenths, and that'll both get you out of DRS, and then everybody else ahead of you will all have DRS to kind of leapfrog each other, and they're just going to keep getting farther and farther and farther away. It's crazy when you're at this level. You can't even afford to make one 6, 7 tenth mistake. Otherwise, it's going to turn into 4 or 5 seconds worth of lost pace over the span of a few laps.
Yeah, for sure. You get swallowed up real quick.
It's crazy how quickly it compounds. Now, when you're looking at this race so far, we haven't seen any big carnage, of course, right? We have seen some tight gaps and some people making relatively audacious moves, especially into turn 1 at the beginning of this race. Are there any drivers that you've seen so far that you're saying they might be one to watch for potential action, collisions, etc.?
In terms of collisions, I think I'm looking at the lower half of the field. If I look from maybe double A's back, whilst we've got Minico, obviously he's going to be 1.5 seconds off the back of Supply Raptor. You've then got a whole host of guys who are real close. And when you've got guys this quick, that close, going into turn 1, who knows? I think turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 are the hot spots. And I would say from Minico down is where we're going to see some action.
That's a really good point. Now I'm actually kind of checking out some of the cameras of some of those guys in 15th and down. Rich Sebi is just scrapping it, trying to get past Bops. Sebi and Bops actually having a nice little fight right now. Bops just went ahead and let him through. Bops almost gets past up a second time. Oh, dude, Chazzy looking for a spot potentially on the inside, but doesn't quite have it. Marcus, Libs, and Xylo, though, they're fighting it off. They're really fighting it off, actually. Turn 4. Full on side-by-side action. Libs defends it, but very aggressively defends it. I think it's the only way he could defend it. Remember, look at how much less ERS he has. Oh, Xylo gets a little bit of a snapper coming out of that fast right-hander. Had to recover and get back into it. Yeah, I know Marcus is not going to want to give up this position easy. He's going to want to hold this as best he can. He's on those softs. He has to hold it for as long as he can. But the question is, how much has he burned them out,
Yeah, exactly. I would suggest he's got to keep those soft tires operational for at least another 3 laps. Got to get to double digits, I would have thought. 10, 11 laps before he throws one would imagine he's going to throw the hard tire on.
Yeah, I mean, you have a bit of you have an option in this track. If you can take softs to 13, you can go mediums to the end. It's hard, but it's doable. I mean, here at Tier 1, these guys both are quick, and you would think that would mean they burn out their tires fast, but actually it just means they're really good at managing their tires at high speeds, which is really annoying that they're good at both of them. And so
it really is.
It could be one of those things where Marcus is just trying to manage them and keep them good for, upwards of 12, 13 laps and throw on some mediums and take it to the end. A really strong strategy here is if you get bumped out early and you lose a wing, you have to pit early, go medium to the end of the race. It's really strong. So all these guys that started on mediums took a gamble, in my opinion, that they weren't going to get bumped in the opening laps. It ended up paying off, but it was a big gamble to me.
Yeah, for sure. Just a quick observation that Supply Raptor's now got a 3-second gap to Estambar. He's made a mistake somewhere because that gap now back to Minico for a brief second there was under the 1-second DRS.
Oh, that's a good point.
Limit. So he's back now as Estambar does indeed take a position from Drix.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's through clear. Estambar, really clear, actually, through Drix right there.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be going down into turn 1. I don't see anybody within, the top 10 that are within potential spots of moving up, but Mark 7 Hitch and Snaky swap positions on the start, finish straight. And, of course, down below them, we'll probably see a few more, maybe the 2 Alpines. No, they won't because Sebi is 2.8 out of it. Bops is the one that's right behind Sebi. Still a nice little fight. Giants fan.
On Minico down into turn 4, goes down the inside. makes the move, gets the move done.
Oh, turtle.
Well, we've seen Mercedes on Red Bull at turn 4 before, I'm sure.
That we have. When was that, huh? I don't remember that. Was it a real life thing?
The good old days. The good old days.
I know, right? Oh, speaking of the Red Bull, though, he just had a little bit of a oversteer snapper going into turn 8 right there. So Minico got to be a little bit careful on his brake bias right now. He's got to make sure he's not going to be spinning around too much. We got Stig spinning in the back. Oh, no. Poor Stig. Yeah, he's caused a yellow flag. He just can't quite keep up tonight, and he's making some mistakes. Unfortunate for Stig here in Tier 1, back where he really loves to be. Stig said something pretty funny earlier in chat, by the way. He said, even if I win this championship in Tier 2 somehow, don't put me in Tier 1. I don't belong here. That's pretty funny. Marcus Libs and Xylo swapping positions going into turn 1. Smart from Marcus Libs. Just go ahead and let him have it. Wasn't quite worth the fight. Xylo will easily take that position, but now it's going to allow Esteban to be right up on the back of both of them. Gets a great overspeed exit, Esteban does. He's looking really strong. Might be side by side into the next corner. Turn 4. Esteban looking for the outside line on the Ferrari. Marcus Libs doesn't want to give it to him. Marcus Libs defends beautifully, but it's going to be neck and neck. It is still neck and neck. Marcus Libs just barely holds off Esteban, and they're up through turn 6 right now. Looking solid into turn 7. And down turn right here, right turn 8. And it's still Marcus Libs ahead. So Esteban opting not to make a big dive into turn 8. Says, I'll just go ahead and stay behind you for all of sector 2. And I think that was probably the smart move. Racecraft super good so far, huh? Hasn't it been, Andy?
Yeah, beautiful race so far. Some really good racecraft, I think, from some of the guys who are operating at intense and insane pace. We've had our first 3-second penalty for track limits. That was Snaky down in P12.
Oh, man. Well, we got to have one guy in the tier who's going to be a track limit penalty guy, and it could be Snaky for the rest of the season. You never know. I remember him getting quite a few penalties throughout the season last season, so it could be a Snaky thing this season. You never know.
Marcus maybe in turn 1. No, decides to back out of that one and save himself for the second DRS zone.
That's true. Turtle and Supply Raptor, though, they swapped again. I see this swapping every other lap, probably.
Yeah.
My guess. Yeah, maybe even another one into 4. Nah, Supply Raptor's going to stay behind. Yeah. Plays patience. Smart right there. Kamal puts up something good in the chat. He says, I wish Tier 4 would have this much patience. Now, that's I think one of the biggest differences between these tiers. A lot of people probably, wonder, like, well, why would somebody be Tier 1? Of course, they've got the raw pace, but what else makes a Tier 1 driver a Tier 1 driver? A lot of it's that racecraft and that ability to understand how patience works and when to make your moves, when to pick your battles. The Tier 4 guys are quick, don't get me wrong. They're all in the low 8s. Right? So they're within a second of this. It's pretty quick. But it's the difference of how do you go about your, 36 laps of action is the question. And that's what makes, I think, Tier 1 so strong and so impressive, is they go about it so much more, elegantly and just the way that they fight it. Somebody who's
because the race is longer than 1 minute and 8 seconds.
That's facts. It really is. Somebody who's being very elegant on their tires right now actually is Ryan Newton. 4/10 away from the lead right here on Cookie, and he's on the hards. He's stuck with him this whole time, and this top 2 is going to be a big scrap between these two guys. Now, I'm curious what this is going to show for the rest of the season, because that is a big premonition as to how intense it's going to be. Now, there's a 3-car battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Esteban, Xylo, and Marcus Libs all giving it everything they have. They're all within 2/10 of each other collectively between the two of them. Well, 3/10 realistically between all 3 of them combined, which is crazy. Cases puts up a good point. Just wait till late safety car. They all get scrappy. That's a good point. Esteban grabs himself 3. I saw him go wide there. That was a well-deserved 3-second. So Esteban, though he's right up on these guys, he's not actually with them in the actual standings because of that penalty. Yeah, Caleb puts up a good point, though. At the once there's a safety car at the end, everybody thinks that they're the only ones on softs. And they start driving like it. It always gets wild. Oh, he's going to go for it.
Esteban down that home straight. He's going to make a move down into turn 1 on 1, possibly 2 cars.
I can only stick 1.
Only makes the 1.
Well, maybe not. No, the Aston Martin thought about it on the outside, but, Xylo just didn't quite have the overspeed. He will have a better exit, though. 3.
Xylo go here, though, yeah.
Oh, this is smart from Xylo. Look at that. He's boxing him in, but instead it actually ended up working out that he got boxed in. I think he was expecting Marcus Libs to commit to more of an inside line, but it didn't happen. We got a yellow flag in the back. Looks like it's Bops. Oh, spinning. Unfortunate. Bops spins on his own volition. And this triplet, are still giving it everything they've got. Ryan Newton 1.1 away from Cookie. Lost touch of that DRS. He had it for just a second, but it's gone now. Cookie absolutely dominating this race so far, looking really strong on those mediums, taking him so long. Beamer says, how much battery do the top some have? I don't see the number, actually. Cookie has 57. We got Ryan Newton down to 15, so he's been burning everything he's got. Marcus at 20, Esteban at 15, and Xylo at an even 15. Drix 1.7 out of there, also at 15. So Drix kind of in no man's land, no DRS in front or behind, so he's just kind of chilling.
We've got one hell of a scrap, by the way, from Sketchy down to MK7 Hitch. There is one hell of a scrap going. These guys have been exchanging positions consistently throughout the course of lap 13, now into 14. It's been pretty wild.
I'm noticing Double A's has gone in. With a new wing. Oh, Double A is having to change some wing damage and puts on some fresh mediums. That explains something. Yeah, I was going to say, he just seemed way off the pace than usual. So there's Double A's into the pits. That explains quite a bit for sure. Jonathan F says, the silly cats take 3 seconds. That's funny. That's facts. These silly cats. Snaky, you were right. And Sketchy Bull, they're really fighting it right now. There's less than a tenth between the two of them going up that hill. Wow. It's a tight one right there. Do we think we see some moves coming out of these guys soon? I think they're all going to play kind of patience game and wait for that safety car or the strategy to start coming through.
Well, if lap 13 was anything to go by, I think certainly from P10 down we're going to see some changing. As Hitch just gets a little bit out of shape and drops off the back of Gamer there. He was within a couple of tenths. He's lost 7 tenths.
Oh yeah, big.
And that's going to bring him into the clutches of Chazzy-Bot if he's not too careful.
That's true. And we got 3 people already going into the pits right there. Libs, Xylo, and Drix. All going in. Drix and Xylo double stacking, though. Drix going to get the worst of that. Oh, no. They should have timed that one for sure. That did not work out for those guys. So Drix pops on the hards. Drix always strong on hards, though, guys. So be wary. This is a guy who's just weirdly good on hards. Just, like, unbelievably good. So he's one to watch out for. Stig and Double A is actually fighting it. Ironically enough, because of that. It's funny, Double A's had to pit to fight with Stig. Poor Stig. I didn't have to say it like that, did I? But I did. Double A's, though, grabbed himself 3 seconds, unfortunately. So 3 drivers with 3 second penalties right now on the grid. Up in the front, still Cookie, absolutely cooking. Yellow flag, don't blink. Don't blink, off the grass. Looks like he may have had a little bit of a moment coming out of sector 2.
Alfa Romeo.
That's going to help out Marcus Libs because now Marcus has DRS on a driver who he will easily be able to pass. And he got that DRS quickly. Drix, though, will not be anywhere near there. Don't blink also, crucially, was behind Xylo on the rejoin, which means Marcus Libs will have to get past the driver to get back up to Xylo, who he was battling prior. Didn't take him any time at all, as you can see right there.
Yeah.
But important to note, Giants fan also into the pits now, too. So the McLarens both having done their pit stop. They're out. At least one pit stop. They're probably going to be the only pit stop for those two because they're both on hard. Oh, sorry, Giants fans on hards. Double A's on mediums. Going to try to take them 21 laps.
Sketchy Bull makes a great move at turn 4 on Snaky.
Well, here's a question. When do you think these medium runners up at the front are going to go pit? It looks like Cookie's able to hold off Ryan Newton just fine on mediums. Do we see him going all the way to softs at the very end?
One of these guys is going to come in, the medium guys, and throw some softs on. They're going to try and take the mediums quite far. I think we've seen from the first stint that the softs go relatively far. That was 14 laps on the softs. A couple of the guys did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If you're on the medium tire and you've still got decent tire wear left, you're probably going to try and take them to lap 21, 22. As Snaky now going to return the favor on Sketchy Bull. Both both medium tire runners. Not looking like they're losing too much grip going through turns 1 and 2. That's where we generally see guys who got lack of grip.
Yeah, you're right. That's where they usually feel it. Take a look at this, though. Gamer is right up on the back of those two as well. He is not backing off at all. He's currently holding a points position, though. Gamer looking really strong coming back here into Tier 1 after a season down in Tier 2. And thoroughly putting down some really good position, some really good pace in Tier 2. Last time Gamer was in Tier 2 before this last season, he was a champion. But he just missed out on the championship because of the final race last season in Tier 2. So he's going to feel pretty hard done by with that one, but he's still up here in Tier 1. Mix it up with the big boys. I think he's got a shot at a good result here today. Currently, like I said, sitting in 9th in a good points position. Zyla will get past Rich Sebi. In fact, also will Marcus Libs. Both of them get past Rich Sebi. In one corner, and it wasn't even a DRS corner. Marcus Libs, though, seems to have the better pace than Zyla right now. So watch out for Marcus Libs. Maybe making some really big moves coming up soon. And getting himself up into some really strong positions.
Yeah, he's going to have DRS down to turn 1, so he should get the move done way beforehand. As Zylo does go defensive, but to no avail.
Yeah. He tucked in at just the right spot, too. He looked defensive for like a little bit of a posture for it. Basically just try to say like, hey, you're going to have to work for this, but I'll let you have it. But I'm not going to let you have it too easy. And there goes Zylo back down the inside. In fact, he's going to have it stuck, done and dusted. Marcus Libs looking for a switch back underneath it. Can't find it. Also tucks in. So it's going to be, a bit of a leapfrog game for those two right there. And Rich Sebi's just going to try to stay on with them. But I don't know how long this lasts for Rich Sebi. He seems to be pretty far off the pace compared to these two guys. It's a big difference, huh?
Yeah, he's way off the pace, and obviously his tyres are 17 laps old. So he's going to have a distinct lack of grip compared to these two guys who might be on the same compound, but have got much, much fresher tyres.
I'm going to be watching this.
To see the gap really between Zylo and Game is the gap they're on a watch.
Yeah.
2.2 seconds to get to these final couple of turns.
Now, I do want to mention something. SM just did a 1:11.9. Let's take a look at the lap time from the hard runner of Zylo. What's he got? Is he gaining on them significantly or not?
Yeah.
0.5. Yeah, half a second. So.
Yeah. 1.6.
That's a pretty big difference. For them to catch up on undercuts. I'm curious how long it's going to take for them to catch up to Cookie with the undercut. Because obviously Cookie, you can see right now, he's already 18 laps on those mediums. He's going to softs to the end. For sure. That's his play. Ryan Newton also has double soft pair. He has 2 sets of softs to take to the end if he wanted them. So he can easily go hard soft. Do you think it would have been smart for Ryan to go medium soft at this point as we're looking at it?
Well, looking at the gap, doesn't appear to be getting too much smaller too quickly. It's still 1.7 seconds.
That's crazy.
The gap back to Estambar still 5.2, 1.6 seconds, just as I say that. 1.5 seconds. Okay, so here we go then. So maybe this is the point now where we can see an impact from Ryan onto Cookie on this lap.
Could be. Well, that's the question. That you'd be surprised. Like, I'm surprised that Cookie's able to, be so fast. You'd think it'd be Cookie would start to drop off because he's on the older mediums, but actually the older hards seem to be struggling a little bit more. Cookie also still have 40% energy. Ryan Newton down at 10%, so he's really used everything he's got to stay up there. Somebody also to note is Supply Raptor right up on the back of Master Turtle, so that position is nowhere near safe.
No.
I mean, it's just battles up and down, man. This is pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, it really is, and I think we are beginning to see a few gaps now purely because of the pit stops. And we're underway with the pit stops, so we will see a few gaps. But I'm just wondering when Minico and Cookie are going to drop these mediums.
Yeah, they have to stagger.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they don't have to stagger because they are so far away from each other. Cookie could easily go in on the same lap that Minico does, and it's like 20 seconds between the three of them, or to the two of them. So.
Oh yeah. There's a big enough gap, I think, to get in, get changed, and get out. There'll be no double stacking as Supply Raptor does overtake, go into second place because Ryan, Estambar, Master Turtle, and Minico have all dipped into the pits. So Cookie, now the gap to Cookie is going to be the one. A Sketchy Bull has lost it. Oh, Sketchy Bull, safety car moment.
On the right side of the track. How does he DNF there?
Yeah.
There's no wall there.
There's no wall. Oh, Master Turtle's DNF'd.
In the pits. No, he isn't. Just kidding. Not in the pits. Turtle DNF'd out of turn 1. Oh my gosh. So the safety car now is just going to let Cookie get a free pit stop right after The pit stops
Cookie
of
and
Ryan Newton.
Supply Raptor benefit massively.
Whoa!
All that opportunity on the undercut. Gone.
Oh my god. Yeah, Cookie is screaming happiness right now. He's just like, this is the best day of my life right now, guys. Oh, he doesn't speed in the pits. He went really fast into it, though. He scared me a little bit. Supply Raptor, though, he'll still benefit. But he's going to get overtaken. For sure. Cookie won't get overtaken at all. Cookie's easily going to be able to get out of the pits. No problem.
Zylo back in. Zylo back in for softs.
Has to. Yeah, he can't stay out in hards, which means that Marcus Libs will also have to go in, and Ryan Newton gets to stay out. Ryan Newton gets a huge. With him staying out, he'll hang out in second just fine right here. He'll be on mediums versus Cookie on the softs, and it's 14 laps to the end. So,
might be a benefit there for him.
Never know. Never know.
Cookie made those those medium tires last 21 laps. 20 laps.
Yeah. It's impressive.
So,
I'm hearing
sure
why Sketchy Bull's dead, by the way. Looks like Sketchy Bull, he clipped the grass, he spun, and then Chazzy just clipped the crap out of him because he was spun in the middle of the track probably, and there was nothing that Chazzy could do, and just T-bone. Probably that's how he met his demise. That's tough.
Oh, man.
Stig says this sucks. Stigs, you having fun in Tier 1? Welcome back. They missed you. It wouldn't be the same without you, Stig. Wouldn't be the same without you. Bob's having a bit of a howler as well, sitting in 18th, but this will save his chances. He'll be back up into it. Only 3 drivers, though, opt for the softs. The rest of these drivers have picked mediums. What do we think about that?
Wow, I'm surprised.
I'm shocked.
There's a lack of confidence there from these guys, for sure.
Yeah. It's Tier 1. Why aren't they confident kind of thing? Like, why didn't they all be like, oh, we got this. We're pros. We can make these softs last. It's 15 laps. It's not that bad. I think they could...
Unless they've just felt really good on the medium tire. Maybe the medium tire is just a good race tire for these guys.
It could be. Yeah, it definitely could be. Somebody who's dropped from grace is Drix, down to 10th. Getting quite unlucky under this safety car timing and stuff like that. Him being in 10th is just nowhere near where he thought he was going to be. The Alpines sitting in 8th and 9th, looking really solid. Of course, the Ferrari looks really good, but the Red Bulls, you said it, Cookie and Minico are quick right now. They're sitting in 1st and 5th, really showing up. The Haas teams of Esteban and Snakey, which last season were Red Bull, they're looking pretty good as well. Snakey, obviously, just outside of the points, has been rocking a penalty. Esteban also rocking a penalty, sitting in 3rd. We shall see what happens, though. But Potato says Soft's going to be dead by lap 32, if not earlier. See, I would say that for any other tier, Potato. Any other tier, I would say, you're right. This is Tier 1. They'll find a way to make them last.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
This is Tier 1. We've got possibly one more lap under the safety car as well.
Yeah.
Which is going to help Cookie, Minico, and Sebi.
I think safety car might go in, though. I have a feeling it's going to go in this lap.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just getting too close. Yeah.
They're just going to catch up before the Tier 3 line. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there it is. So safety car will go in. Resume on 24. That's going to be 13 laps of racing on these softs. I think that Cookie, Minico, and Sebi can make that work. Cookie, Minico have to. They're obviously on identical strategies. They're both on the same team, so they can't double stack. Minico had gone in the lap right before the safety car comes out. Minico comes out of the pits to a safety car. Cookie obviously going into the pits during safety car. So that's a slight difference between the two of them. Cookie getting a slow restart. How slow is he going? Nice and relaxed pace of 55 miles an hour. Hanging out, making everybody wait for him. What's Ryan Newton got here on this restart? He's waiting, eagerly waiting for this Red Bull to get going. He says, come on, let's go, 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 Red Bull. Wait for it. There it is. And that's a good move, and that's a really good launch for a Cookie. He gaps out pretty decently well. Esteban, really good reaction, but Supply Raptor even better, sitting into 4th. He's got Minico right behind him on the softs, though, but it's not going to be anywhere near close enough for a dive. No dives in turn 1 so far. None will happen at all up and down this entire grid. Gamer looking like a pretty good way through turns 1, 2, and 3. Now he gets a good exit. Drix there in 10th. Stig catching a penalty. Drix wants to make a move on Sebi as soon as he possibly can, but remember, it's a medium versus a soft battle. Sebi will have tire advantage for sure. Minico in 5th. 2/10 out. I see Minico making the next move. What do you think? Oh.
Yeah, I think Minico's in great position right now. I like Supply Raptor's pace as well. It looks pretty decent. He's all over the back of Estenbar.
Fun fact, Giants fan just made a move around the outside of a soft-tired Rich Sebi, and he's on the mediums through that fast right-hander. Outside run on a worse tire. That's insane. Yeah. That's crazy. How do you do that? That's nuts.
It is insane.
Yeah, and then Sebi and Hitch having a little bit of a kerfuffle right there in 12th and 13th. Hitch, though, getting the advantage out of it. So it looks like the mediums were a good call for most of these drivers. Cookie's already a second away from Ryan Newton. See you later, alligator. Wow. Cookie says bye-bye. Wow, that's huge pace from the Red Bull driver. He's on a vengeance run. That's a 108.8. That's as good as, like, most people's qualifying in all the other tiers. Yeah. And that was his mid-race lap.
Yeah, the guy's obviously just bringing a whole lot of form with him. He clearly enjoys this track. Nobody can throw down times like that.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
You know, that's certainly the quality time. But, you know, a 108.8 on lap 25 is just wild.
Yeah, he's still got a ton of fuel in that car. So, yeah, it'd be a different thing if it was like lap 32, lap 31, and he'd, you know, been low fuel and just fresh tires because like a late safety car. That'd be a different thing. But that's 10 laps of fuel still in his car, and he's still putting down a mid 108. That's crazy talk. So, yeah, he's looking like the best driver on the grid right now. I think he's definitely the one to beat. Ryan Newton, though, kind of wants to be the guy to beat. And there's a spin in the back. Looks like it's Sebi. He's out. Sebi's out. DNF safety car.
Safety car.
Hard choice for all these drivers. What do they do?
Late safety car. We are going to see at least a couple of guys jump into the pits, I would have thought, for these new tires.
Estenbar's gone.
3.
Yeah, we got about like 5 going in. 6 going in. Sebi, oh no. Oh man, I wonder what happened to Sebi. He says he desynced is what he says. Oh man. That's tough. I think him and Chazzy may have come together on that one, so that could be the issue right there. Oh yeah, Chazzy breaking a wing. That does make sense why he's in the pits for so long. Oh yeah. Last one to exit, Chazzy coming out in 17th. Though right now, the 2 Tier 2 drivers are slowly making up positions because everyone's dying. So
yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that the front guys have stayed out.
Yeah,
absolutely not surprised at that whatsoever because I think with only it'll be what 8 or 9 laps.
Yeah,
by the time everybody's caught up to go, you don't want to give up track position and give yourself too much to do on such a short lap.
Yeah, speaking of which, the drivers that have the best advantage now, because of the fact they stayed out, is definitely Cookie and Minico. Those softs are just getting a lot of time to chillax right now. Like about 3 laps worth of chill time with way less wear. Cookie, listen to him. He's burning off all of his excess fuel. He wants to be dead even.
He's burning fuel like crazy. He's got 1.6. He's got 1.6 laps of excess fuel.
Oh, how do you see that?
Excess fuel right now. I was just on a broadcast cam that gave me sight of his wheel.
Oh, I see it. Oh, nice spot. Nice spot. Sketchable says, I can't believe I actually had a good race and then a silly mistake ruins it. Hey, that's how it happens, Sketchy. Sometimes it's how it goes, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I think Sketchy was proving everybody wrong, though, from being the last pick of the draft. Did you notice that, Andy, that Sketchy was the last pick of the draft?
He was last pick, was he?
He was actually Mr. Irrelevant this season, and he was proving everybody wrong for this race, too. Little mistake, though. Obviously, we'll take it out of you. But I think he's already proved everybody wrong. He shouldn't have been the last pick because he was cooking it past a lot of these other Tier 1 drivers. So he's definitely looking like a strong midfield contender this season. So I'm excited to see what he's got for the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you got this, Sketchy. Have faith. Have faith.
Yeah, like you said earlier on in the day, you know, it somewhere between P7 and P10 in quali, and then just having watched a lot last year, obviously, and commentated a lot last year on Tier 1 and Sketchy, just the lack of luck that guy had was insane. Just out of this world.
Yeah, he was close to that 1 leaf clover award for sure. Safety car will go in at the end of this lap for sure. So restarting lap 28 into green flag condition. That's 8 laps worth of racing left to go here. And of course, Cookie looking like the favorite at this current moment, but that could all get thrown on its head at any moment, as we still have some hardcore racing ahead of us. Cookie. Let's see what he's got. He's going to have another safety car restart at his pace. Will he alter his timing here, or will he go the same spot? He does alter his timing. Not, just kidding. He's not alter his timing. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for it.
Real.
There
real
it is. Same spot last time.
There he goes.
Yeah, it's the same spot he did last time. I think a lot of people kind of saw that one coming. Ryan Newton definitely did. Look at that. He gets a really good launch off of him. Really good launch off of him. Cookie kind of has to burn a little bit of energy just to stay away. Nobody's making passes into turn 1 still. The entire grid stays stagnant through turns 1, 2, and 3. But going into 4 is where it's all going to change. There's one right there. Hitch and Snakey having a little fight. Hitch gets around the outside of Snakey. Hitch, good move right there on the outside of Snakey. It's a tough one to make, but he did stick it. Snakey going to dive a nose up in there. Hitch giving him the room, but doesn't want to. Oh, they're going to go collecting. They somehow save it. Whoa! And Snakey's got to be a little careful.
Now we're going to go 3 wide.
Snakey's got to be real careful here. Yeah, he needs to back out of that one for sure. Huge dive from Snakey. Not going to happen. In fact, it's only going to make him lose a spot to his teammate of Estenbach. Takes around the outside. Snakey can lose multiple positions off of that battle. A little bit ill-advised, I would say. Not the spot to go for it. And there's a big dive from Bops as well. He tries to get to the inside of Don't Blink. Bops doing a great job in 13th to start, making his way up. All these soft runners, like Estenbach, Giants fan, Bops, Double A's, Chazzy, Stig, all fighting against a bunch of medium drivers. They're just slowly chopping them down is kind of the move. This is going to be scary.
Estenbach's the man to watch on these fresh softs. He's the first of our fresh soft runners as he makes a move on Hitch.
Yep. Look at the crazy difference in braking from Giants fan going up onto the back of Hitch. It was huge difference.
Yeah, Giants fan got a little bit out of shape at turn 1 as well. Looked like he was going to go left into the wall, but saved it. And is now attacking Hitch to get the move done down into turn 4.
He gets it done easy too, and right behind him, it's Snakey and Bops. Bops, of course, on the fresher tire between the two of them. He looks pretty strong right here, but he's gonna have attack from Double A's on the inside, going up through turn 6. That's a scary spot to go side by side, but they did make it work. So they're still in it. Up at the front, we're back to Cookie and Ryan Newton. It's still Cookie and his show. It's all Cookie right now so far. With the chance at the win, but it's still not guaranteed. You never know. It could end up being something changes with, still 7 laps of racing to go. Anything can happen. But 8/10 now separates Cookie and Ryan Newton. That's a big gap. That's a real big gap. Cookie's probably only about like 18% wear. It's my guess.
Yeah, anything can happen, and usually does, though.
That's facts.
In this tier, with pretty solid half-second gaps between Cookie all the way down to Gamer and Drix. Drix just 8 or 9 tenths off the back of Gamer, slightly fresher tires, and he's going to be under pressure from Estenbach and from Giants fan.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Drix might be that wall of defense that's going to be the hardest one for them to get by, though, because Drix, he seems to be really good on harder compounds. Just something I've seen out of him. Do you think he'll find a way to get past Gamer, though, and find himself up into some slightly better positions? Do you think this is the best he's going to have today?
No, I think Drix has definitely got an opportunity to get himself into 7th. I think Marcus might be a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Gamer obviously doing really well considering he's just come up from tier 2. Be interested to see how Marcus can defend against Drix if Drix does indeed get past Gamer. He is closing in pretty rapidly. But of course, we're about to start off with the wonderful DRS train.
That's a good point. And someone who's going to want DRS, in fact, who already has some DRS and might actually make some use of it, is Xylo right up on the inside of Minico, potentially going to turn 1. Oh, he's going to move it. Yeah, he's going to go. There it is. You can see it from a while away. There it goes. One move on Minico. But Minico defending it on old softs, takes Xylo way off into the runoff. Xylo decides to take the full runoff there. I mean, that was actually the right thing to do, but that just let Marcus Libs come out of nowhere. Whoa! Entirely out of nowhere. Marcus Libs says, thank you. I'll take those too. And he's up into 4th, capitalizing on a bit of a kerfuffle between Xylo and Minico. Minico not giving room on the outside, forced Xylo to the grass. As Marcus Libs says, thank you, Moses, for parting the seas. I'm going to go right through. That was a great move for Marcus Libs.
It was fantastic.
That was clutch. That was so cool.
Just capitalizing on mistakes.
Yeah.
That's another thing that makes these drivers so good.
Yes.
They don't see many mistakes, but when they do it,
yeah. I think they have a sixth sense for it too. Like they just see it coming so early before it's even happened. They just know it's about to happen, and they're like, all right, let me position for this thing and get ready to take advantage of it. Marcus Sims has a great second to last corner right there. Gains actually 2/10 out of it, so he's now into reasonable DRS with the top three. Marcus Libs has an actual shot at a podium right here. Ryan Newton, though, going to make a move into turn one. He does. Cookie, first time he's lost the lead all race. Cookie is now down into second. Finally, it's been happening. But Ryan Newton has just been biding his time, waiting for it. And now he's able to show his pace. Ryan Newton saved some good amount of energy, too. He will be able to hold his position going into turn four. No chance for an overtake there. Marcus Libs 8/10 away from Supply Raptor, who's sitting in third. Great job from Supply Raptor. He's come out of nowhere today.
Ryan Newton! 3-second time penalty for Ryan after he takes the lead of the race.
No! The pressure has crumbled. Oh, no. Ryan Newton once was going to be a Cinderella story, is now back into fifth after penalties, potentially even sixth. I need to pull up the leader interval. Oh my gosh, yeah, he's down into fifth right now. Oh, Ryan Newton. So unfortunate for him, but it's still an amazing showing tonight. So he's been doing a great job. If it's just a little time penalty, that's only a little thing. Taking a look at our penalties, speaking of which, everyone's on 3 seconds and a half penalties except for Snakey and Stig on 6. So something important to note. Let's go back to those tires because everybody wants to know about that. Cookie, will he make a move here? He postures but doesn't go for it. Now that we see that that time penalty, do we see Cookie just stick behind and say, all right, I'll let you carry me to victory, or what do you think from Cookie?
I think if I'm Cookie, I want to try and get back out in front again because I want to put a little gap between myself and Supply Raptor.
Yeah. Hey, it's a good point. Now, what?
In the back of me.
One thing to pay attention to, Giants fan's the leader of all the fresh soft guys right now. He came out of nowhere. He's up into 7th. Just cruised through everybody, got past Esteban, who was the leader of it. And now he's ahead of all the other fresh softers. So he's someone to watch for the back half of this race, or the back half of these last few laps, that's for sure. Zylo, the 1.8 seconds away now from Marcus Sims. So it's just a 4-horse battle for the win right now. And I think it's anyone's game between these three. I really think any of these three could win it. Cookie, Supply Raptor, or Marcus at this current moment. Really could be any of them.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, the Supply Raptor is obviously the surprise from what we spoke about at the beginning of the race, beginning of the evening.
Yeah.
He's not one of the names. Every other name in there, all the way down to Giants fan, is a name that we'd mentioned about potentially winning a championship. Obviously, Ryan's the wild card in there, being the reserve.
I'm watching Cookie right now. Take a look at his behavior. Cookie is not burning any energy. He's saving all of it. And he's posturing on the inside every single corner. He postures at a dive every time, never goes for it. And not only that, he's slow down shifting, saving some fuel, and saving his tires. Cookie is playing so conservatively right now. And he's still easily staying ahead of Supply Raptor, who's burned off 80% of his energy just to exist there in third. And Marcus Libs as well, playing really chill right now, also sitting at 60%, just hanging out behind Supply Raptor. Supply Raptor and Ryan Newton are in way more danger than they know, because their compatriots right behind them are just waiting to pounce. Yeah, Marcus Lib's going to make a late move for a second place win, or a second place position here. Guarantee you. Marcus is playing as smart as he can on the strategies. Marcus, in fact, that was his, I would say, probably his biggest downfall last season was strategy, more than anything. I think he wants to right that wrong this season.
Yeah, Giants fan looks like he's going to get an opportunity to make a move on Minico. Switches from outside to inside, but Minico's making a move as well on Zylo, which means Giants fan has to back out.
Oh.
Minico moved to P5. Zylo P6. Giants fan has to just stay where he is for the time being. He was ready to make a move on Minico, but Minico pounced.
Yeah, Minico was ready for that one. That was definitely smart for him to take that right when he had the chance to. Oh no, Giants fans. Oh, he's tapped Zylo. Zylo's lost the position. Yeah, Giants fan definitely at fault for that one right there. In fact, Zylo now has a front row seat. It's a hardcore race between Gamer and Drix. Drix wants to take the advantage over Gamer. Gamer doesn't want to give it up. Gamer's going to take that advantage, actually. He's going to stay in front, but at the very front, I want to see what Cookie's going to do. He's burning now. There it is. He just waited his time. Burns all the way up the hill. Marcus Libs also burning it, and Supply Raptor's already blinking. Marcus is going to make this move. He's the one I care about more. Cookie will take the lead right here. Marcus Libs, though, will he be able to take second? He's going to take the outside line around Supply Raptor. It's going to be neck and neck going through turn 2 right here. There it is. The Ferrari takes that one, and he's in third. And Ryan Newton into second has to stay behind. He's going to burn his energy and get some DRS advantage on Cookie. Really taking, I think he's going to get that move going into turn 4. In fact, he will. Cookie's just going to go ahead and say, go ahead, have it. Let me stick underneath you. Get a switchback. Doesn't need it. He's got a penalty ahead of him. Marcus Libs, though, currently sitting in second after that penalty is applied. And Supply Raptor still rounding out our podium. Really good position for Supply Raptor, but he's going to feel hard done by that he won't be in second right now. But Marcus Libs played the strategy to perfection right there. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, as you'd said a couple of laps ago, Punjew, that came to fruition with the two guys who'd saved up
knew it, man.
their energy and made the moves.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm looking at both these guys. I'm like, what are they planning right now? And here goes Cookie. He doesn't want to win it just on penalties. He wants to win it on track. He's going to burn all his energy. He's got 30% to spare. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Right now on penalties, it's going to be Cookies, but can he do it on track? Down to the line they go, and it's going to be Ryan Newton crossing the line first as of right now, but it's neck and neck. In fact, it's just by a couple hundredths of a second, but Cookie takes the opening win of the season. Marcus Libs into second, and Supply Raptor rounds out our podium with Ryan Newton coming in fourth, comfortably ahead of Minico in fifth and Giants Fan in sixth. Gamer rounds out seventh. Incredible performance for Gamer coming up from Tier 2 to blow it out of the water today. Xylo into eighth, Drix into ninth, and Bobs rounds out our top 10 with Mark 7 Hitch, the infamous, the wonderful, the best position you could ever get. Hold on a second, 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 hold on a second. P11, baby. He's got that coveted P11. Yes, sir. Congratulations to Mark 7 Hitch. There it is. What a race, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, what a way to start the season off. Marcus Libs gets driver of the day unsurprisingly after his efforts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What a race to kick the season off. Superb stuff.
Wow. Yeah, and that Red Bull of Cookie is just going to be a scary one this whole season long. I mean, he stayed super clean, too, was the biggest thing. Like, I was just watching the way that he was mentally approaching that race throughout the entire race, and he was just, like, waiting for those moves. He's being super patient, really smart about his decision-making, and boom, takes it. Right in the right spot. Ryan Newton, though, great job for him to end up coming in fourth, even with that penalty. Without that penalty, he would have been second, of course. Marcus Libs, though, takes that second place spot, and Supply Raptor into third. Great start of the season for Supply Raptor. It's a blowout, surprise for Supply Raptor. I'm sure he probably didn't even expect that starting this season, but incredible job for him. Minico into fifth, Giants Fan into sixth, Gamer into seventh. Giants Fan, crazy recovery for him. He was looking pretty poor throughout the race, but he found a way back in there. But yeah, Xylo into 8th, Drix into 9th, Bops into 10th, Hitch in 11th, Esterbot in 12th, Double A's in 13th, Chazzy in 14th, Blink into 15th, Snaky into 16th, Stig, our final finisher, in 17th. Though he did start 20th, so he made up for 4 positions. So there you go, Stig. Yeah. But he says he's never reserving Tier 1 again. Poor guy. Oh, I feel bad, but it's also funny. Oh, man, that's brutal. Well, would you mind going ahead and getting some podium invites to Cookie, Libs, and Supply Raptor for some interviews?
Yeah, I shall do that, sir.
That would be great. Bob, so getting a point. GG's. Well done. He found a way. Yeah, that was... What an opening race, man. I mean, we literally had, like, esports level gaps for quite some time. That was right on there. So great job to Tier 1. Great job to Tier 1 today. That was some phenomenally good racing. I'm glad too, because definitely the rest of the tiers had some questionable moments, but for us to always cap it off with a clean, exceptionally fun race here in Tier 1 is what we always look forward to. So thank you so much to the Tier 1 drivers for an amazing race tonight. I'm wondering, do we happen to have any of the guys in the interview room?
Look for us. We've got Marcus. Marcus was our P3 driver, wasn't he?
Let's go ahead and grab him in. Yeah, let's do it. Marcus, I think, got second place. Supply Raptor got third.
Okay, Supply Raptor.
But if we don't have Supply Raptor yet, let's go ahead and get Marcus.
Yeah, I do.
Well, hello, Supply Raptor. My man, P3 on the opening race. What the heck is this, dude? What a race.
No, that's what I was saying.
Does that equal your best result here in Moose Racing League, I want to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
I I would definitely say that.
I think I remember you getting a third place last season and interviewing you once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was second place.
It was second place. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you had that.
Yeah.
That was like your one, for lack of a term, stroke of glory that race, and then the rest of the season was a little bit rough. But I mean, this is a great start, man. This is a really great start. This is pretty impressive. You had 4 races last season. I just checked the standings. You had 4 races last season. 2 ended in DNFs, then a 0-pointer, and then the second to last race of the season was second place. So it was you were obviously posturing up for it. You were kind of warming up to it, and to start this season on a third place is a great way to kind of get a good omen for it. Looking at the race as a whole, you finished multiple seconds ahead of the person who was actually on track for would have been 5th. What do you think was the big, contributing factor to your pace today and how you kept up with those drivers that were maybe even on better tire strats than you as well?
It was definitely the safety car.
Yeah.
So definitely the safety car. The safety car actually helped me.
I think it helped a lot of people at the front.
For sure. Because I didn't have the ERS or nothing. I had the pace, but I just didn't have the ERS.
Yeah. Did you feel like you burnt it out a little bit too early in the first few laps, and then it was just kind of really hard to recover it?
I think I burnt it way too much on the first lap.
Yeah, that would do it. It's tough because you want to use it so you can stay within those important gaps, but it sometimes will come back to bite you. 10 laps later, you're like, oh crap, I needed that.
Yeah.
but hey, man, to recover was so impressive. Out of those guys that beat you today, being Marcus Libbs and of course Cookie, which of the two do you think is a bit scarier of a competition for this championship between those two? And why is it Cookie?
I don't know. Cookie and me are friends.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's awesome. He does some endurance racing. We're trying to get him to do some endurance racing with me on iRacing, and yeah, he's just fast at everything.
He cracked the iRacing.
He's crazy.
Get him on your team, bro.
Yeah,
get him on your team.
I know. He just needs to be available for a race, and then we're done. He was gonna do Daytona if he was in town. So, believe me, I know. He's like 4K iRating. He's insane. Fun fact, by the way, Andy, that makes you top 0.5% in the world if you're 4K iRating. So,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. At another game, and then here, obviously, that qualifying lap was effectively good enough to be 87th in the world in time trial. Fun fact. So, yeah, he's a scary one. Back to you though. I think way more importantly was just the way that you managed to stick with those guys at the front. At what point did you realize I've got this podium in the bag?
Once Zylo was at DOS. Zylo, Nickel spun.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's really what happened. And then obviously at the very end, it was Marcus Libbs, playing the strategy game and finding a way to get past you last minute. He was just waiting, biding his time. I don't know. You probably didn't hear it because you weren't watching the broadcast, but he had been saving up ERS for 3 laps before, 4 laps for that final lap. And I was like, he's just waiting, dude. He's so waiting. He's not even trying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was ready. Yeah. It was great. It was a great race though at the very end for sure. Going into next week, we're at Monaco, of course. How's your qualifying? Because that's all that matters. How's your qualifying?
At Monaco, qualifying is, I don't know, because I haven't did the track for a while, so we'll see what happens.
You're gonna do a lot of it this week to prep.
Yeah, plenty of practice this week, Raptor.
Plenty of practice, that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got to get the practice in now after such a great start to the new season. I think lots of practice this week. Make it another good week next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing that sucks about starting strong is now you're like, wow, I gotta do this every race? Shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta do it every race.
I know, yeah. Well, man, hey, thanks for joining us here in the interview box. Again, great race today. Excited to see you next week in Monaco. And enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good old maybe scoop of ice cream tonight. You deserved it, man. You did a great job.
All right, man. All right, y'all.
We'll see you later, Skater.
Y'all.
Good night, buddy.
Man. All right,
Good night. Okay, next up, we will get Marcus.
Oh, Mr. Libs, how's it going? What a start to 2024 after a crazy, awesome 2023 for you. You're starting 2024 off strong here, at least for sure, in Moose Racing League, and a second place finish. Marcus, how are you feeling, my friend?
Feeling great, to be honest. I mean, in 2023, I got my unluckiest season ever,
Big time.
and I even missed 3 races at the end because I had to travel for the Heineken Player 0-0 challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, now this race managed to pull a P2. I mean, Cookie Pace was untouchable for me, so I'm super happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You say it really good. Cookie was genuinely untouchable. I don't know what he was on today.
Yeah,
it was insane. But of course, I mean, your pace was phenomenal. I saw something near the end of the race that I mentioned to Andy to the broadcast. Like, I could see you just saving up, ready to go for that last lap pounce. It was really obvious, and I love that smart strats. I even mentioned, like, one of the things that you definitely struggled with last season, especially like very early races, was strategy mistakes. And I can tell you're like, never again. I'm coming at this season with a way different mindset, and it pays instantly. So great job to make that great move right there. One thing I was curious of, there was a spot where you just came entirely out of nowhere and sweeped in between, I think it was Xylo and Minico through turn 3. What happened there? Talk me through that moment, because that was, I think, the moment that got you that second place.
Correct. I think it was Minico going wide into turn 2, but Xylo was there on his outside, something like that.
Yeah.
So Xylo had to went on the grass, and Minico was on the soft, so that was like a mistakes from these guys to fight that much. So just take a wide line to entry into turn 2 and 3. So just had the pace to pull off the move into P3 at that moment. But yeah,
you breezed past them. It was like they didn't even exist. And it was crazy because, like, obviously I've got it on the triple monitors, right? So nobody in the broadcast could see it, but I could see you in the peripherals of the far right monitor just barely coming up. And I was like, oh wow, he's out of nowhere. Where did he come from? And then you absolutely flew through. It was sweet, man. It was a great move. That was probably like my hypest moment of the race was watching you do that. That was really impressive.
Thanks.
Now, we never got to see you do Monaco last season, obviously, because we didn't have Monaco last season. How's your qualifying is the main question. How do you feel about Monaco?
Feel great. I think, it's pretty much a qualification race. So gonna have to pull a good lap in quali and then just stay out of trouble for race and should be fine.
Yeah, that being said, I feel like Tier 1 usually is a qualifying battle at this point. It's kind of getting closer to that esports level where everybody's just so dang close. But there's enough room for movement on almost every single track where you can have people move up or down about 5 places pretty consistently. You had a really good improvement today. I think you qualified like 6th, right? And to bring it up to 2nd is insane. It's so impressive. With Monaco, though, it's going to be a totally different story. Is there anybody that you know of in this tier that's exceptionally good at Monaco?
I think Giants fan is special around Monaco, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's
gonna have to. Yeah,
he's scary.
I'm gonna have to practice for sure and be ready for next week.
Yeah, well, you'll see me on the time trials as well. I'll be doing a little bit of practice myself because I never practice really anymore, but this is a track I got to do for sure because, wow, it's going to be sweaty. Yeah, it's going to be intense. But, man, I'm really excited to see what you got this season. That's a great start to the season. Much better than last season's start where, it obviously all went downhill with that one strategy call in the opening. So excited to see how this season goes for you. That's a bright start. So I wish you the best of luck next week.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you later, Skater.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
Sure. Good luck to you guys as well. So take care.
Fed. See ya.
Take care, Marcus. Take care, everybody.
All right. Bye.
So for those of you guys that are in the chat that are wondering what he was talking about with that Heineken 0-0 challenge, Marcus happened to basically outqualify the entire nation of Canada to go to this event in the Netherlands where he raced in person against F1 pros all across the world and then also against Max Verstappen, which was insane. That's why he missed his last 3 races last season. But enough about Marcus, even though he is genuinely incredible. He had one person that he just couldn't beat today. It's the guy who's in this interview room with us right now, Cookie. Oh my gosh. I've seen dominant races in Moose Racing League before. There was, I think, 2 laps that you didn't lead this race? What the heck, dude? What's going on? Today was insane. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Hey, that was a good introduction. It's a good race. Brazil's probably my best track, pace-wise, alongside Vegas, so it was good.
Okay.
I think considering Ryan was on a weird little setup there, I think he did really good to stick with me. I'm not sure why people were on hards that race. It was really strange.
See, that was the thing. Like Ryan, I think just seemed to strive. He from what I saw right there, he seemed to be thriving on a harder compound. So it seemed to work out pretty great for him. Yeah, never know. But
Yeah, he was a rocket down the straights. Like it was crazy. I was running really high wings. I was on 44.33, I think, or something like that. 44.32 maybe.
Wow.
He was on much lower than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good in quality. I had some Lewis Hamilton luck that whole race actually, because I got gifted 2 slips in qualifying on both my good laps, and then in the race I got the safety car that came out, and right the lap I was pitting, and I was like, oh my god, bro, I'm feeling a little LH44 today. But yeah, it was a good one.
Hashtag blessed, huh?
One. Yeah, hashtag blessed, hashtag never give up, all that.
It was. I actually even mentioned that too. There were some of the people that pitted like 1 lap before you, that were on hards even, and I was like, dude, like that's just brutal. That like the ones that needed to pit stayed out 1 lap, and the ones that didn't really need to pit as much pitted 1 lap earlier to try to get an undercut, and it just totally backfired on them right there. Jordan's putting out something in chat. He said, "That's what they get." Jordan says you're on controller. Are you still on controller in F1?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I am.
All right, I'm gonna drop the mic and run away, dude. This is crazy.
So
That's
how
unbelievable.
does this even happen?
I know. You and Drix both. It's unbelievable how you guys are so fast.
So is Ryan. That Ryan guy is also on pad.
Great. Cool. Wonderful. Pad hacks. Wait, but what I'm curious, how are you so good on controller on this game, but then you jump on iRacing on a wheel?
Well, I don't know. They're 2 completely different games. Like for example, like I run line on F1, and I abide by it. Like I'm a line.
Yeah,
same. I'm a line servant. I can't run no line. But on iRacing, you know how it comes natural not to run line.
Yes, I agree.
So I think they're totally completely different platforms, and I'm able to kind of switch from one to one without really any. Like I have a really bad wheel. I have a TMX, and it's bearable for iRacing. Like I'm able to race 4 or 5K people and still be fine. But like on F1, I just get no force feedback, so I prefer the pad.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Well, obviously, it worked out today.
Yeah, I tried wheel and it's bad.
I was gonna say you're qualifying. I don't know if you know this, but it was 87th in the world on time trial worth of time. Obviously, you got a giant toe from I think it was Estenba, but that is a silly good qualifying. We've never seen one that good comparatively to time trial ever in Moose Racing League. So
really,
never.
Good.
No, never that good. That was genuinely the best I've ever seen, and I've been commentating Tier 1 since Season 3. So,
I did an 8.3 of that slip on Xbox in a league race last season. So that was my PB. That was only going to be an 8.2 if I didn't get that crazy slip from Eston.
You mean a 7.2?
Yeah, sorry, whatever it is.
Yeah, 7.2, yeah.
I was going to say, it definitely wasn't going to be an 8.2.
Whatever it was, just my amazing time. That's
quick.
crazy.
That's good. I'm glad. 8.1 is good. That's my PB. I was doing 8.3, 8.2 in practice.
He's stuck on the 8s, guys. He's stuck on the 8. 7.
Oh, 7.2. My bad, dude. I'm used to last year's game or something. I have no idea.
That's funny. I mean, it's really impressive, man. That was such a good lappy. Obviously, yeah, you got that slipstream, but still, it was really impressive, and great job to convert that into the race too. You played the strategies right as well when there was some battles here and there. Like that was really impressive the way that you just found your way to navigate through it. It was just so impressive. So great job tonight. Excited to see what you got next week in Monaco. How do you feel about Monaco? How's your qualifying? Good.
I'm not trying to be like Lewis Hamilton. I promise you, I'm not trying to be like, oh, they're much quicker than us, blah blah blah. But I will not be anywhere in Monaco. Like okay. I haven't driven the game. I haven't driven that track since 2019. Actually, I've avoided it for 4 years.
Are you actually serious?
But no, yeah, I'm 100% dead serious. I haven't driven that track since like F1 2019. I'm not joking.
Wow. Well. You'll learn day.
Yeah, I've heard that there's some weird 50 brake bias meta there, so that'll be interesting.
It's because of the fact that you're full on winged that you can get away with way more brake bias and still not lock those rears because you just got so much downforce.
Fantastic handling model.
Yeah, I know, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, obviously there's differences in suspension stuff like that, which can change that a little bit. But if you nail the suspension stuff right, you can run a 50 brake bias. I run like 54 still because I want to be really careful. But every once in a while,
I was running 53 today.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll drop it down. That's really impressive. You're running 53? That's low. That's really impressive.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I have to run like 55. It's so impressive. That's why you're so much better than me. One of the many reasons, and also your track usage is just so exceptional. That's one of the things I noticed immediately. It was like, there's not an inch of track this guy doesn't use. So. Yeah, overall, man, I mean, we could gush about you all day, but seriously, your race was just incredible and a great way to finish off the first race of the season. It's a good start. Now you got to convert it 9 more times to get the championship. How you feeling about a championship run?
Yeah. I feel pretty good. Like I said, I don't think I'll score points in Monaco. So I in my head, I was like, I needed to have a good result here to kind of cushion myself.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a good run. I'm not sure where Double A is or Giants were that whole race. And that's who I expected I was going to be fighting, but
yeah,
yeah, it'll be interesting. No shade to any other driver, no shade to any drivers. I feel like Xylo's quick, but he's not always quick. And then I think I have the pace to consistently be up there, but I don't know. We have tracks like Canada and Monaco that are my 2 weakest, so we'll see. We'll see how we go.
Never know. I will say Canada, Marcus's best track happens to be his home track, so watch out there.
Nope, I will not be there.
Yeah, he's scary fast there. He is freakishly fast at Canada. Has driven.
I think I'm about a second off-road record there. I'm over a second off-road record there, so I don't think I'll be anywhere competent there.
That's fair. That's crazy that a second away from world record is like not even in the points here at Tier 1. That's crazy. That's awesome. I love Tier 1. This is so cool.
Sweaty league.
It is, man. It really has become that. Yeah. Well, man, thank you so much again. Great racing tonight, and can't wait to see you next week in the Principality.
Thank you.
See you later, Skater.
Yeah, well done.
Well, Andy, that's a good way to finish the race, huh? It's pretty nuts. It's only going to get crazier.
That does it for another week in the life of Moose Racing League. Tier 1 comes to a close.
Oh, man.
And do you know what? The nights, it's been such a great night already so far, but the night's not over yet. We've got no assists taking place right now.
Yes, they should already be racing right now. Obviously, we had a big delay, but I believe they're already racing right now. So we're going to be jumping over there. Of course, I need everybody here in the chat to go ahead and just jump straight over to that broadcast. They're giving us a lot of fun over there at No Assist here. It's always crazy, and especially around Brazil, I can only imagine Turn 1 is going to be the most chaotic thing in the entire world every lap. So I'm stoked for it. You guys need to go give them some love. Until next week when we jump here in Tier 1, of course, at Monaco, I need you guys to do me a favor. Keep being wonderful. Keep making the world a better place. Give those guys a No Assist a bunch of love, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here tonight for the opening round of Season 10. See you later.
Good night, guys.